chance to make this kind of a life-changing experience, and I think we need it.
Wes was on a press tour for The Life Aquatic, the movie he did just before this, and his press tour ended in Paris. And we had dinner one night, and I said to him, if you feel like you don't want to go home, if you want to stay in Paris for a little while and not be in a rush or anything and have to spend money in a hotel room, you can move in with me because I have an extra room. Anyway, he ended up living with me for 3.5 months. And it was good. No, it was good. It all started one night. We were just having dinner, and he said, I have an idea for a film. I don't have much. What I have is 3 brothers, a train, and India. And I said, okay, that sounds really great. You know, and he said, I'd like you to be one of the brothers. And it was like fireworks going off in my heart, kind of. You know, I was, since Rushmore, Wes and I have been best friends, but we haven't worked together. And I've just missed working with him so much. And then the writing part came a couple weeks later, and he said, yeah, I want to write this India movie with you and with Roman. And he did say, I want this movie to be the most personal thing I've ever written, almost too personal, and I'd like it to be, you know, to have as little invented as possible and to make it something that's based on our own lives and our own adventures, and hopefully we can go to India and write there and put our hearts and souls into it. I mean, that sounds so cheesy, but something like that.
What are you doing in this place?
Well, originally, I guess we came here on a spiritual journey.
You don't love me! Yes, I do!
I love you too, but I'm gonna mace you in the face!
You know, before we went to India, we had about half the script written, and then another half, not on paper, but loose ideas of things that we were thinking about. And then we went to India, and it just made everything so clear. Like, things sank or floated instantly in India. Like, we had a scene, for instance, an example would be we have a scene that takes place at a temple. Well, we would take our script, Wes Roman and I would take our script to a temple, and we would just act it out. And this line doesn't work, this is not probable, this is probable, we should put this in there, we should move that line. It just, everything fell into place in India, and we would oftentimes see so many things that we just could never have imagined, and thought, wow, that should be in the movie. We shot it in sequence, basically. Not scene for scene for scene, but we did the train, then the river, then the village. And it was nice to work that way because we really got to experience these things as they were happening to the characters. And the village scene and the river scene I remember them being totally different. To work during those days was a totally different feeling than it was on the train. The train did have a kind of loose, crazy spirit to it, and the river and the village scenes seemed to be very shocking and kind of quiet. Wes was pretty adamant right from the start. This movie, we're not going all the way to India just to go into a set and build a train, and build like a fake train, have a bunch of people shake it and have, you know, have the background be faked. He just wasn't interested in making a movie in that style. So we found an old rusted train, and we kind of brought it back to life. And we would take it out every day, all around the Indian desert for 14 hours a day. And the other great thing is that there was no hair and makeup, there was no wardrobe department, and there was no, you know, real, you know, sound department, stuff like that. There was a gentleman with a boom, but just, it was the most stripped down set you've ever seen, in terms of the amount of people there. So we just shot super quickly and intimately. When we were writing this movie, it took us 2.5 years to write it, and over the course of those 2.5 years, there were so many different shapes and sizes to the script, and there were so many like different backstories and explanations for things. And like Hotel Chevalier, there were like a lot of things like that kind of said, this is where the character's coming from, or this is what's happening to him. And, you know, as we were writing it, it became evident that the things that did sum up moments too clearly and did say, hi, this is what's happening, this is how you should feel, this is everything you need to know about this moment. it just tended not to feel right. And so we just kind of thought, you know, maybe this isn't the movie that we would like to make with all this explanation. So we would remove, if we could, as much explanation from the script and from the dialogue as possible, and just keep in the bare minimum of what was necessary, so that you didn't watch a movie about three guys talking about the death of their father and talking about all the stuff that had happened in the past. We just prefer to show you where they are now and show you the effects of their past. And, you know, hopefully, because I feel like everyone is smart enough, either intellectually or just heart smart, that they can see, okay, I can tell by the way these three brothers are acting that things are wrong or things aren't going well. So a lot of the things that are in the movie that seem like they're just put there arbitrarily or to be funny, or, you know, oh, there's Bill Murray running after a train, or I don't wear shoes, or anything like that. Those things aren't by accident or just put in there to be funny. They are, those are the things that were left over from larger stories that were removed from the script. We didn't shoot them, just things that were removed from the script.